One night in November 1916, a telegram arrived saying that my father was dangerously ill. I begged my mother to take me with her, so we boarded the next train to London and went straight to the War Office, where we were given a permit to cross the Channel that night to Boulogne. On arrival, we found the quayside filled with the wounded and dying. Thousands upon thousands of men were lying on the ground, some on stretchers, others half sprawled across their fellows. Some were dead and piled on top of each other, as there was no room to lay them out separately. Groans and screams filled the air, and the smell was unbearable. We made our way to the Cathedral military hospital, where the matron had to search through long lists before she found my father's name. The hospitals were almost as bad as the quays. Men lay side by side on trestle tables, some dying, and a few already dead. We found my father sitting up and gasping for breath. He had been on Vimy Ridge, where the Germans had used poison gas. A complete Canadian battalion had been wiped out, and in all, 10,000 men had died on that one day. My father lived for a week, unable to lie down and slowly choking to death. My mother and I took it in turns to sit with him. He asked me to try and find out what had happened to his Batman, who had been put in the same ambulance. I had his name and number, and at the third hospital I visited, a nurse scanned the list of the dead and found his name. When my father died, his body was taken to the huge burial ground on the hillside above Boulogne, where the sentinel played the last post. I knew that nothing would ever be the same to me again, and that this was the end of my childhood.